It is January 1st, 2008 at 6:14 on Meridian. The wind is blowing from the northeast at 12 knots, the temperature is -3 degrees Celsius, and there is 5 inches of crystalline water particle accumulation. My toes are cold. I have been kicked out of my home. Two hours and 42 steps later, my legs could carry me no further. Hitchhiking, it seemed, was my only option. I decided to give up when my best friend failed to pick me up. Twice. I knew I had nowhere to go. My toes grew colder, and I realized I had to forge my own path and start a new life. With my own family and closest friends rejecting me, I felt the need to escape social judgment, to escape to a place where few others attempt to make their home. I could have given up right there, standing apart from all civilization, alone in the woodlands with no tools to ease the work ahead of me. But I had read stories of people surviving in harsh conditions, and if they could do it, so could I. In the woodlands, I fell into my element. With more than 12 years of elite Boy Scout training, 3 years of Girl Scouts, and a knack for survival, I started to set up camp for myself. Once I had secured a foothold in the rugged environment, I began a routine of exercise and dancing to keep myself at the top of the woodland food chain. As days of hard training passed, I started to relax in what I now thought was a pleasant atmosphere. Time spent in the woodlands seemed to lengthen, and inspiration took hold. Soon I had a novel underway, along with a growing proficiency in the flowing art of Tai Chi. Whenever I grew hungry, I thought of the many people who took their meals for granted. I will never be one of those people again. Hunting and gathering were now my trade. I knew that in order to survive, I had to hone my senses. Modeling myself after the strong beasts of the woodland, I went through vigorous training to be able to track beasts in the snow using nothing but taste. I learned to quickly fashion weapons using nothing but the materials found in the woodlands. I had to be the best of the best. I had to hunt or be hunted, gather or be gathered. It was not long until I had discovered the spiritual flow of the woodlands and become attuned with its inspiring grace. My imagination reached new heights from hours of keeping my own consort. And before I knew it, I had completed my first novel. It took some courage to face the overwhelming human world again. With manuscript in hand, I crossed the road separating my new life and my old, and gently let my masterpiece go. Back in the woodlands, life went on simply and contently. I discovered new ways to find food. I learned which things were edible and which things provided me with the most nutrition, practicing, training, and enjoying at my own pace. Until the day I had an urge to check the mail and saw that a parcel was waiting for me. I couldn't remember the last time I had accomplished something so meaningful, and as I ran back to my forested home, I couldn't comprehend why more people didn't choose the woodlands to make their home. Fresh air and sunlight, flowers and birds. Was that too much for their modern lives? Was this a seemingly inhospitable environment that only I could thrive in? It seems that when looking back, life was always filled with tasks and demands. Time was never found to do anything meaningful for myself, always rushing and always stressed. Now, in a place of tranquility and solitude, I find myself accomplishing simple, yet significant things that I never would have attempted at home. It is clear to me now that our society tries to create simple and easier lives for people, but instead imposes complexities and demands in which we let run our lives. Instead, living a less evolved lifestyle may be what is needed to achieve the satisfying life many people long for.